What's going on, everybody? I'm here to talk about all the cool buffs and changes for the Pawmot line in my ROM hack, Pokemon Scrambled Scarlet. If you're new here and you have no idea what you're looking at, or you've never seen my channel before or my ROM hacks before, look at the link in the description. There's a link to the Google Sheet that you're looking at right now, and you can navigate everything and check out everything for yourself. It's very, very thorough, very, very in-depth. Everything is listed out, super convenient. Everything is linked and connected. Very, very thorough, and I highly encourage you to go check that out. Ideally after you finish the video, because, you know, watch time and stuff. But yeah, there's also a link to a playlist in the description that has basic information videos about Scrambled. You know, you can either listen in the background, or if this interests you, of course, you can learn more information about it there. Or you can check my Discord server. I have a whole channel dedicated to explaining it all in text form. Obviously, the videos are still good to listen to, but yeah. And you can also put the speed up if you know you don't have the time to listen to those videos, and it should be relatively coherent at speed increased. So yeah, with that being said, though, I've got Pawmot. He's got some sick changes. If I'm being real with y'all, I fucking hate this stupid ass Pokemon. Like, I hate his design. I think he's stupid, especially this fucker, Pawmo. I don't like him. He doesn't need to exist. However, it doesn't stop me from giving them really cool and fitting buffs. Fluffy is obviously the most obvious one. Fluffy fits them very, very well. The Pokedex literally describes them as Fluffy. They're also kind of like a more defensive looking Pokemon. I don't know why they're so fast. If it were up to me, like if I was being super particular about stats, I would probably drop his speed and make him bulkier, also to differentiate him from like Electivire and other electric fighting types in the hack. However, he's already differentiated enough, and then also Fluffy makes him bulky anyways, so it's not really a big deal. So yeah, Fluffy's great. Of course, it comes with the trade-off of number one, it doesn't work for contact moves, and then also it gives you a fire weakness, so it's not like you're running that 24/7. And then Galvanize gives you a boost. Motor Drive might seem like the quote-unquote worst ability here. However, you have to keep in mind that you have 3 ability slots that you can switch between at any point in this game, and there's item clause, so it's not like you can always just run Choice Scarf. Of course, they also have priority in the form of like Galvanize, Fake Out, and Quick Attack, and then you have like Mach Punch and Spark and all these other moves that are priority. So it's not like they need Motor Drive, but there are definitely a lot of situations where it's useful because you can switch in. Number one, you're immune, right? Obviously you resist electric, but you know, if you're fighting like Iono or some super strong electric trainer and they have like electric nukes flying around, taking, you know, 80% or 70% from a resisted move, or even just 50-40% is worse than taking 0. Not to mention you get that speed boost for free, and it's easy to bait the AI into doing certain moves, so you can get that speed boost easily, and then you know, outspeed things that you wouldn't be able to outspeed otherwise. And again, there is item clause, so you can't always run Choice Scarf or Quick Claw, both of which are the 2 main speed items in the game. Quick Claw being a single-use consumable item now. And again, all that information is in the Google Sheet. I mean, literally everything you could ever want is on here. All the abilities, all the moves, TMs, level cap, everything. Obviously, trainers aren't finished yet at this point in development, but that will be done after Pokemon changes. But yeah, Fluffy, very fitting, very good ability. Galvanize, very good. Like I already covered some stuff. Fake Out and Quick Attack, as well as Swift. Those are all priority moves, so Fake Out into Swift or Fake Out into Quick Attack. You also have Spark for regular priority, which you can use with Fluffy or Motor Drive. Most likely Fluffy, if we're being real, is what you would use Spark with. And then, of course, you still have Mach Punch. They did lose Iron Fist, but that's because Iron Fist was repurposed into an ability called Brazen, which I'll say I didn't give them for a reason that you'll find out eventually. Also just because Galvanize fits them a lot better, in my opinion, as Pawmot, and it's a cool ability for them. They also have a very exclusive tool in Smelling Salts, so not only do they have like Fake Out, Quick Attack, Galvanize, all this fun priority stuff. I also didn't cover Vacuum Wave or Shockwave, by the way. Forgot to mention those. So you have hella priority, you know, Fake Out, Quick Attack, Shockwave, Vacuum Wave, Mach Punch, Spark. You also got some coverage like Befuddle and First Impression and Sucker Punch as well. But yeah, what I was trying to say... Ugh, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, give me 2 seconds to remember what I was talking about. Smelling Salts, yeah. Oh, before I cover Smelling Salts, I also want to cover more Galvanized stuff. So you have Hyper Beam and Giga Impact, which are both incredible. Obviously, they are very late game, but they are both essentially 150 base power versions of Draco Meteor, normal type. So you get a 180 base power electric move with Hyper Beam and Giga Impact. Very, very strong. Of course, Retaliate, that is 100 base power, reliable, good, spammable. Double Edge, even stronger than that, much stronger. It becomes 150 base power with Galvanize, while Retaliate becomes 120. And then Whiplash is essentially... You also have Body Slam. That's, I believe, 95 now. Yeah, I'm not even going to check. I know it's 95. So yeah, 95, that becomes 114. Hyper Voice also becomes 114. And then Whiplash is weaker. It's 90 base power, so it becomes what? 90 times 1.28. Hold on. I can do this in my head. 108. 108 base power for Whiplash. However, it does drop defense, so you can use like Galvanized Whiplash into Quick Attack, for example, to get a KO on something you wouldn't otherwise be able to kill with like Body Slam into something. So that's a cool little option. But yeah, Swelling Salt, very, very powerful option. Also, like, if you want it, Smelling Salt, I mean, you can read what it does, man. I don't need to, like, explain every single thing. You can read what it does. It's a very good, like, flinch cheese tool. It's exclusive to only Pawmot and Hariyama. Only those Pokemon, and, of course, Iron Hands. Those 3 Pokemon get this. That's it. Funny that 2 of them are electric fighting types, but yeah. Very, very, very strong tool. I mean, having that, you know, guaranteed flinch cheese move, even if it's just 1 VP, is very good in a ROM hack context where you're fighting against AI. You know, it's predictable, so you can time the use of that move very deliberately and make good use of it. Bulky stuff, you know, tons of bulk. I mean, you get tons of support. They did lose Revival Blessing, but the scheme is balanced around Nuzlockes anyways, and the reason they lost Revival Blessing is because it was repurposed into a move called Necromancy for Rhyme to take advantage of in a double battle, which will be super fun. But yeah, she'll be like reviving her Pokemon constantly and then using Last Respects on all her guys, and it'll be pretty cool. But I mean, again, that's not even good in game anyways. You don't really need that type of shit. I mean, I guess I could have slapped Healing Wish on there for people who aren't playing Nuzlocke, but I don't really want to cater to people that aren't playing as intended. Obviously, it's all optional. Like, I don't enforce any of these rules, so if you want to play casually, you can. But I don't know. Their moveset was crowded enough. I didn't want to throw Healing Wish in there. I kind of forgot I could throw it on there, but whatever. Yeah, early game you've got Wish, which Protect is no longer available for the player. If you want to learn more about that, you can read about it in the move guide. But the short of it is that it's a broken tool, and it also kind of breaks the game with Relearner and all the crazy new moves. So player can't use Protect anymore. So yeah, however, Wish is still good early game, obviously, because you're still very bulky with Fluffy, and you can use Wish and Parabolic Charge, and Nuzzle is a great debuffing move. Nuzzle drops attack and special attack by 1, as well as paralyzing. So that's very good. And then, yeah, Parabolic Charge for Fluffy, very, very fun little thing. You could even do like AV Fluffy for certain boss fights and run like a full bulky set. Pawmo, I was gonna say, also you could unironically keep Pawmo as a Violite past level 36 if you wanted to. It is bulkier than Pawmot with a Violite, and you do have item clause, so like if you want to use up your Violite on Pawmo, you could. It is bulkier. It is much weaker though, so that's kind of the trade-off you're taking. It's not like it's weak, like it still hits hard with Galvanize and all these strong moves and stuff, but yeah, definitely a cool option if you wanted to run a more defensive Pawmo, or at least delay it for a bit, maybe for a specific matchup. Double Shock was repurposed into a special move called Short Circuit. It also always paralyzes, which isn't really that big a deal for the player, but it's more of a thing for the AI to use with Terra. I think Namona specifically will have a cool set like that on her team. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you've got tons of nuke moves, like I already said, Hyper Beam, Giga Impact, as well as Zap Cannon and Electro Assault, which are the electric type versions of Draco Meteor, physical and special. You've got Zing Zap and Zap Cannon. Excuse me, Zing Zap and Electro Ball, both of which give you +1 speed. Zing Zap's 90 base power, however, it is 90% accurate, so essentially you have to run Wide Lens to land that move. Like, that's how the game is balanced. At least any inaccurate move you should be running Wide Lens, because you shouldn't want your Pokemon to feint and risk hacks like that, because that's kind of the design of the game. So yeah, Zing Zap requires you to hold Wide Lens, but again, that's a very strong move that also gives you a speed boost, so you could totally use that in some contexts. Electro Ball doesn't have the miss chance, however, it's weak on the first hit, and then it becomes stronger as you go on. But it's very spammable and definitely a good move with Relearner to get some stuff cooking. Again, it's more of a mixed attacker now. I don't know why I didn't cover the mixed attacking part yet. Yes, it's more of a mixed attacker. I just think it's cool. It fits them. They get, it fits them totally fine. They get tons of moves for it. You can read all the coverage moves that they get. I'm not going to cover every single one, but yeah, the main thing here is that just how versatile it is. Like, you can run a bulky Galvanize Fake Out priority set, and then run a bulky offensive Galvanize, then a Scarf Galvanize, then a Motor Drive, then Fluffy, bulky Fluffy for a lot of fights. It's very, very fun and very easy to customize with the quality of life stuff. You can easily change around your sets for every boss fight. That's how the game is intended to be played. Yeah, I mean, you got Befriend, drops special attack by 2, Disarming Voice, which drops attacking stats by -2. You can read on the move sheet and see what the rest of these moves do. I don't want to dwell on everything for too long. because I trust that my audience can figure things out. Last thing I'll say, I guess Electro Shot is also a pretty cool thing. That's no longer exclusive. Most electric types will get access to it, and other Pokemon. And essentially that is, it's like Meteor Beam, just electric. It's 1 PP now to balance out the rain effect, because otherwise it would be fucking overpowered in rain. So it's 1 PP. Also makes it so that AI can abuse it better with Power Herb. Because if it was multiple PP, they would just keep spamming it and not know how to use it properly. So yeah, it's like a one-time giant nuke move. It's very, very strong, but then it's kind of like almost a Z move in that way, right? And then it gives you a special attack boost as well. So you can totally make use of that with Motor Drive, for example. Like switch in on electric move, click Power Herb, Electro Shot, or Electro Shot in the rain, get that boost, kill whatever's in front of you, and now you have +1, and you can kind of go off. If you're in the rain, you could use Thunder and Weather Ball and Aura Sphere and all this cool shit. And if you're just running Power Herb, you can run whatever special moves you want. You do have some solid coverage and, of course, good dual stab. So yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything. I mean, again, you can even run like a bulky pivot set with Fluffy and a Volt Switch. It really depends on what you need at that moment. Very, very versatile Pokemon, very fun. And yeah, even like defensively, you could use Short Circuit as well, very defensively, because it removes your electric typing. So you could click that, in a specific context where you want to remove your electric typing and not be weak to something anymore, or whatever, resist a certain attack, whatever it is. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I will be back for more coming up. Peace. And let me know down below, by the way, in the comments, if you listen this far, leave a comment. Tell me in the comments if you listen to this far in the video. Peace.